Welcome back. I'm here with Pat McKinna, who is the Executive Director of the Kiwanis Music Festival of Stratford. It's actually quite a mouthful. Pat, thanks for joining me.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Now, this particular music festival, the Kiwanis Music Festival Stratford, has been around for almost 100 years. What's the legacy on this, and how did it begin and continue operating?
Well, actually, I'm going to correct you a little bit on the name because that's part of my answer. It was born as a music festival in the early 20s. And over the years, other disciplines that involve performance have been added. So it's actually now the Kiwanis Festival of the Performing Arts in Stratford.
And when did that name change?
That happened about 15 or 20 years ago because they started incorporating dance and spoken word, like monologues and spoken word presentations, in addition to all the categories that people are used to for it being music.
So how are you in a COVID environment going to have, I guess, performances, dancing, spoken word, and then how does that get adjudicated?
Well, we had to abide by public health directives. And so the first public health directive was no in-person gatherings. So that put us online, which is a virtual world where we've all lived for the last year. And because we can't perform live for one another, we are inviting our participants to perform to a camera and record their performance. And we did briefly consider trying to do this on Zoom or other such platforms where people could perform for the adjudicator in real time, but everybody's internet service is not equal. So we decided that we would ask them to record it because any smartphone is quite adequate for this purpose, upload it to YouTube, and then give us the link to that performance. And the adjudicators will look at the recorded performance and give written remarks based on that, and make their decisions about placements and awards and scholarships and so on. And we haven't made complete and final decisions about face-to-face conversations between the participants and the adjudicators because we're waiting for public health to tell us how much of that is going to be allowed. So we are expecting at the end of April, at the very least, to have Zoom sessions where the adjudicators can speak to the participants and our usual audience can join us for that comes to the in-person classes. Hopefully at some point we'll be able to go back to the real thing, but like everybody else in the performing arts world, we're waiting to find out when that will be.
Well, one of your celebrations is on May the 10th, the Stars of the Festival. Can you tell us about what that's going to take place?
Yes, that's a highlight. That is the traditional in-person live concert that presents the stars of the festival, all the people who did well in the festival, and presumably the people who are also going to be recommended so they can participate in the provincials. And like everything else this year, I don't think we're going to be able to do the live in-person version. So that will be also a digital one. We're hoping by that time that we might be able to do a couple of performances perhaps live in our normal headquarters, which is Avondale Church, but not with much of an audience. So the show will be streamed to people at home anyway. So to be safe, we're defaulting on it being a live stream on May the 10th. We're hoping that maybe we'll do something in person, but that's to be seen.
Coming up in June is going to be the Playathon. Tell us about how Rogers is supporting you with that.
We're so grateful to Rogers for coming on board to help us bring this to people in the comfort of their own homes. This is the first ever Playathon where we're going to invite anybody. Now, this is not just the festival participants. This is anybody who is an emerging artist can contribute, and we've picked a theme. Our theme is going to be to pay tribute to the year we've all just spent in COVID. So we all know what the challenges have been for the past year, but I'm sure everybody has either something or somebody that they are grateful to, and we would like them to prepare a tribute to the person or the thing that they are appreciative of, to tell us why they chose that. And it's coincidentally, the first of these will appear on June the 20th, which is Father's Day. So possibly there will be some tributes to dads in there. But instead of doing one marathon session, Rogers is going to work with us to present a series of 6 half-hour episodes of this, which makes it much more manageable to enjoy. But the deadline to get the first submissions in is May 28th.
Pat, great job, by the way, pivoting in terms of this COVID environment and making the Kiwanis Festival such a great legacy as well. Thanks for joining me today.
A great pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Please give generously to the Kiwanis Festival as the ticket sales require donations in lieu of